The beach was our sanctuary.
He held my hand, his touch sending shivers down my spine. Forever, he whispered, eyes locked on mine, the setting sun painting the sky in hues of orange and pink.
Forever, I echoed, believing with every fiber of my being that our love would stand the test of time.
We were young, barely out of our teens, but our love felt ancient, eternal.
We built castles in the sand, monuments to a future we painted in our minds. Little did we know the tide was slowly turning, the very foundation of our sandcastle love eroding beneath the surface.
The first crack appeared subtly, like a hairline fracture in a seemingly perfect mirror.
The truth, when it finally unraveled, was more painful than any lie I could have conjured.
I'm leaving, he said, his voice barely a whisper. 3 words, simple yet loaded with the power to shatter our world.
He was going across the country, chasing a scholarship, a dream he'd never shared with me. The realization hit me like a physical blow.
What about us? I managed to choke out, my voice cracking, tears threatening to spill. He reached for my hand, but I pulled away, the pain of his touch too much to bear.
I'm sorry, he murmured, his eyes downcast, shame and guilt etched onto his face. The days that followed were a blur of tears and silent accusations. I walked through life in a daze, the vibrant colors of the world muted by my grief. Every song on the radio reminded me of him, every shared joke, every whispered secret, a painful reminder of what we'd lost. My reflection in the mirror startled me. A hollow-eyed stranger stared back, her face stained with tears. He called, of course, his voice filled with regret and apologies, but his words were empty, hollow echoes of a love that no longer existed. I hung up the phone, the sound of the dial tone a finality that mirrored the end of our love story. Healing, I soon learned, was a slow and arduous process. It came in waves, moments of fragile peace interspersed with crashing waves of grief. I threw myself into my studies, finding solace in the written word, pouring my pain into poems and stories that no one else would read. Slowly, the sharp edges of my grief began to soften. The world regained its color. The songs on the radio no longer brought me to my knees. I started to notice the warmth of the sun on my skin, the laughter of children playing in the park. I rediscovered old passions buried beneath the weight of heartbreak.
You know, Alex, it's really nice to see you smiling again.
Years have passed since that heart-wrenching breakup on the beach. The pain has faded, replaced by a bittersweet ache, a reminder of a love that burned bright but ultimately consumed itself. I've moved on, built a life filled with new dreams, new loves, and new adventures. But the memory of him, of us, remains. It's a scar on my heart, a reminder of the fragility of love, the ephemeral nature of promises whispered on the wind. But it's also a testament to my resilience, my capacity to love and lose and still rise from the ashes, stronger and wiser.
Leave a like and subscribe for more.